gonna do, huh? Stand tall on your feet or lose it all, lose it all. Let's go. So what you gonna do, huh? Stand tall or lose it all, stand tall or lose it all.
Stand for something, you can lose it all when you play these streets. You got ops, you got 12, you got fuckboys trying to set you up. That's real. Better watch yourself from them so-called bros up in the streets. Who needs beef for friends like mine? Kevin Hart, you niggas is tired. Cock it back, pull it trigger. Don't you know that's night, nigga? I'm one of the best that ever did, and I talk that shit like a New York nigga. Told you niggas that I'm from New York. No squaring off, we let them go. No Pakistan, this Vietnam. Gunning at you, Viet Cong. Grab beneath your feet and that wind behind your back, homie. Want that juice if you want that.
What it do? It's your boy TW back at it again with another one. And yes, we are most definitely uncensored. We got some things going on. But like we always say, wouldn't be news and or content if we had some things going on. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what it is. Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. Let's get into this content.
Somalis have officially taken over the city of Minneapolis. I used to call Minneapolis Little Somalia in jest, but it's not a joke. It is the official statement coming from the city's mayor, and I'll show you guys that clip in this video. But now that their takeover is complete and it's too late to stop it, they are no longer hiding their true intentions. At a rally for Ilhan
Hold on, he said it's too late to stop it? Wow.
Omar, they publicly admit that they have no interest in the people of Minnesota. Hell, they have no interest in the people of America. Their only allegiance and the only people they care about are the people of Somalia. But don't take my word for how they feel. Let's watch this clip from Ilhan Omar's rally.
xildhibaan ilhaan cumar oo magaca Soomaaliya qalin dahab ah ku qortay qadiyadda ilhaan ma aha qadiyad ilhaan ma aha qadiyad Minnesota ma aha qadiyad reer Mareykan qadiyadda ilhaan waa qadiyad Soomaaliyeed guusha ilhaan waa guusha Soomaaliyeed waxayna noo ximbaarsan tahay macno weyn.
The American left's obsession with multiculturalism and virtue signaling has created a situation where a sitting member of the United States Congress is pledging allegiance to a...
Yo, that is crazy. When did this even happen? Yo, could you imagine? This is insane.
Foreign nation. I wanted to show that clip first because everything else in this video will make so much more sense. They have no appreciation for our country and no intention on assimilating into American life and giving back and contributing to their fellow countrymen because they don't see Americans as their countrymen. They are in Minneapolis city government, Minnesota state government, and United States federal government with the sole intent of passing legislation that takes American taxpayer money and direct it exclusively to the pockets of Somalis. But let's check out this disturbing next clip of the mayor of Minneapolis, who is whiter than mayonnaise, bending the knee to the Somali population.
Hold on a minute. We got to unpack this real quick. They are taking over Minneapolis. Who allowed this to happen? You don't find this insane? You don't find this crazy? You knew about this already? Really? Put in the comment section. Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back.
And declaring that Minneapolis, a once great American city, is now Somalian territory.
Maaga Egawa Jacob Fry. Doke Magalada, Minneapolis. Damaan.
Wait, what? What just happened here? I thought that was a ruse. He's whiter than paste. You mean to tell me they've infiltrated so much that this is a white man speaking in Somalian language to talk? No way. He has to be part Somalian. Something. He has to have some time. No.
Sha'abka Somaliyed, Ka Yamid, Mogadishu, Garowe, Hargeisa, Bosaso, Bedabo, Kismayo, Wahan Rabah in An Idin Shego, Minneapolis, Wa Magaladina,
I have no idea what this man is saying, but just sitting here looking at this, if he is a true Caucasian man talking in Somalian to appease to the people, and what is going on here? Why is nobody talking about this? This is
Had
crazy.
Kamid Tihin Laf Dabarka. Magaladan Ka Diges.
But it's not enough that they've successfully leveraged liberal white guilt to get the mayor to submit to them. They must install one of their own to further cement Somali control within the state of Minnesota. We recently covered their socialist mayoral candidate, Omar, I'm the captain of this boat now, Fateh. I'll throw his picture up on screen as a quick reminder. But now, unsurprisingly, Omar is under investigation for money laundering and corruption, for introducing legislation in the Minnesota state government that would direct taxpayer funds to his wife's organization. Take a look.
A Care 11 investigation into Minnesota's troubled housing stabilization program, already exposed for widespread fraud, now reveals.
How did they do this? How was this let into America to happen? You want to say the leftists hate America so bad? It ain't just a leftist party. It's two sides. It's the left side and the right side. So you telling me the right side didn't say nothing while the left allowed this to happen? No. This hits deeper than that.
An unexpected connection to candidate and state senator Omar Fateh.
We did discover something raising what a legal expert labels serious ethical concerns. Senator Omar Fateh's wife was a listed owner of a housing stabilization company, even as the senator and current Minneapolis mayoral candidate himself was pushing legislation to fast-track client approvals for the taxpayer-funded program.
Senator Fateh, Senate File 2741.
A bill that will address a critical delay in access to housing stabilization services, also known as HSS.
It's March 24th, 2025, and Senator Omar Fateh is the sole author of a bill he says will speed up access for people to be approved for HSS. What was not known at the time was that Senator Fateh had an undisclosed tie to the HSS industry. Does this raise any red flags?
It raises lots of red flags.
Political science professor David Schultz has taught ethics for 25 years. He says what raises red flags is that Senator Fateh's wife, Keltoum Mohammed, was a founder and owner of Community Development Services, LLC, an HSS company.
This is a situation where I think almost anybody schooled in, government ethics 101 would know that you can't introduce legislation that benefits your state.
They actually stole over $200 million from the state of Minnesota that were meant for food programs to feed hungry children. That's how unscrupulous they are.
How did they let this happen? People, you have to ask yourself, how were they letting this happen? They letting them take over America. Everybody's taking over America except for Americans. What in the shit? What? You can't make this shit up. Oh my goodness. No way, no how, no shape.
Tonight, another man charged in the Feeding Our Future meal fraud case. A man federal prosecutors say played a big role in funneling millions of dollars in taxpayer money out of the country. Lou Raguse has a look at the brand new charges today.
The 74th person to be charged in the $300 million Feeding Our Future meal fraud case, Ahmed Naji Sheikh, is the brother of one of the most notorious defendants, Abdi Aziz Farah, who was recently sentenced to 28 years in prison. Farah was convicted with a group of others of stealing $50 million of taxpayer money. Now his brother Sheikh is accused of helping him launder that money.
Now, in any normal country, this would cause a major backlash from the native population. But liberals actually want this. This is the greatest form of social justice. And anyone else who dares to speak out against programs getting robbed that are meant to feed hungry children are silenced and called called bigots and racist and intolerant. And when you understand the entire game plan, it starts to make sense. You heard the guy say it at the Ilhan Omar rally. But speaking of Ilhan Omar, someone who openly hates America and declares her allegiance for a foreign country, here she is going to a church and berating a bunch of white people for liking Charlie Kirk, a man who stood up for America instead of Somalia.
I do believe those of you who are interested in rewriting this hateful man's history are full of shit.
Thank you.
It is despicable that church would allow her to do that. And what's up with white liberals loving foreigners, telling them how evil they are for caring about their country? Ilhan Omar knows that their plan has succeeded. They have successfully beat the residents of Minnesota into ideological submission. Minnesotans, I guess, have just adopted the belief that their sole purpose in life is to serve the interests of Somalia.
What makes this really sad and downright diabolical? There's no way you as a person can say you're pro-life when you cheer when the opposite of pro-life happens. It's an oxymoron. You're pro-life or you're not. There's no in-between with that. That's the crazy part. Hypocritical at its finest.
Omar goes on CNN, mocks Charlie Kirk's death, and says he belongs in the dustbin of history. Watch.
What I find jarring is that there are so many people willing to excuse the most reprehensible things that he said, that they agree with that they're willing to have monuments for him, that they want to create a day to honor him, and that they want to produce resolutions in the House of Congress honoring his life and legacy. It is one thing to care about his life, because obviously so many people loved him, including his children and wife. But I am not going to sit here and be judged for not wanting to honor any legacy this man has left behind. That should be...
She's absolutely wrong for that. You should be judged. You're sitting politician. See, this is the disingenuous thing about people. Very disingenuous. Now, I believe in a fundamental fact of freedom of speech, but I also believe you should be held accountable for your actions. Well, you can say what you want, you can do what you want, but there's also a reaction, which is accountability for you saying what you said and you're doing what you did. You, as a sitting politician, this is absolutely wrong. No discussion about that. You should be shamed.
In the dustbin of history, and we should hopefully move on and forget the hate that he spewed every...
And now these people have amassed political power in cities throughout America. Here's the bonus clip I promised you guys. A Muslim man in Dearborn, Michigan, a city, by the way, that put Arabic on the official police department badges, openly admits that their goal is an Islamic takeover of America and instituting Sharia law. Watch this.
We haven't done anywhere near enough. And the people here, I promise you, we do feel ashamed. We do feel like we're not doing enough. We do feel like change needs to come, because change must come. And in the form that it must come is that this empire, the American empire that's been hurting our people since the beginning, the imperial Western powers that have been hurting our people since the beginning, they must fall. And inshallah, they will.
What the shit? He just said that. What do you mean we must fall? All right, people. Do you not understand who that affects? You people out there that classify yourselves as brown, black, whatever, white, whatever. That's American people. Do you realize that? He's talking about all of us. They're not making this point out, no. Western civilization is American civilization. So they want American civilization in general to fall. You can't make this shit up. And people
fall. And my message to the people of Gaza and the oppressed peoples across the world is that there are people here, both young and old, who are going to be willing to fight and are willing to put their lives and everything they can on the line to bring these empires.
Me personally, I think that is downright insane. Shout out to Brandon Liam for that video right there. Listen, I'm wondering right now, this is just a thought, you know, when all these migrants was coming in, were these Somalians doing the legal path, getting in here and going to Minnesota, taking over slowly but surely? So while everything that starts transpiring with the illegals, they was still over there making it happen? Could it all have been a distraction? I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny. The only thing I can say is, when did this even happen? That's one thing we need to find out. And we need to figure out if this is actually happening. Is Brandon Liam right? Is it too late to stop it? With that said, this is your boy TW. And yes, we are most definitely uncensored. If you like content, don't forget to like, share, most definitely subscribe to the channel. Put it in the comments. Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. Y'all already know what it is. After these messages, but first, don't forget the motto. 9 to 5, that's to make a living. But 5 to 9, that's to make a way of life. If you don't believe anything, you best to believe that. After these messages, I will be right.
Bang, bang. Stand tall or lose it all, lose it all. So what you wanna do, huh? Stand tall on your feet or lose it all, lose it all. So what you wanna do, huh? Stand tall on your feet or lose it all, lose it all. So what you gonna do, huh? Stand tall or lose it all, stand tall or lose it all.
For the world, I get to gunning like a gangster movie. This ain't no gangster movie, homie. This is real life, one of a kind. I'm not different, I'm a rare breed, top shelf, first in line, homie. I'm a draft pick. Second string contenders, all most of them gon' ever be. Headed for the fast break, mind state, power forward. Headed for the fast break, mind state to be the greatest. Politic, plot and scheme, slow and steady wins the race. This New York.